In association with Official Wrestling comes A Few Good Marks podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to A Few Good Marks. I am your host. I'm current predictions champion Kieran, and I'm joined by Candy.
Hi.
Pete, Croft, Alex,
Hi.
and Willow.
Nice gentle relax.
We're all tired, aren't we, guys? So, Money in the Bank was last night. Before we touch that, final thoughts on the UK tournament because it's today.
Good stuff.
Which we won't actually find out until next week.
Because they're not broadcasting it live.
No, but that's because of the football bastards.
Time that well. It's not like it's a worldwide event that happens every 4 years.
It's not like the fixtures have been out for quite a while. No, dickheads. Anyway, so we've got to wait a week to find out to actually watch it. But I would imagine all the spoilers will come streaming out of the Albert Hall.
Absolutely.
The second it happens. The other thing really I wanted to bring up was the announcement in Australia, the running of the Melbourne Cricket Ground, just because it's going to be a huge live event. Just wanted to.
It's massive that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like we are supposed to do like the news, Alex. Before we get onto it, okay? I've got to do my job.
It's huge that show.
Yeah, big.
Triple H is taking on the Undertaker.
He is.
For the last time, apparently.
Can I just say something to add to the podcast?
Here we go.
Right. One of my bosses phoned me up this morning to congratulate me on getting a new job starting in July, and he told me that he had breakfast with Triple H 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
I did go to
He said Triple H, and it just reminded me. I just wanted to let him know.
Okay. Cool story.
I was apologise to Christian.
But yeah, do you know the record attendance at the moment for the Melbourne Cricket Ground is like 109,000 something.
So do you think that they'll just get 109,001?
No, but that's without seats on the floor. That is just the seating in and around the cricket pitch. So you add easily in the size of that as well. You're looking at maybe 5,000 seats on the floor, maybe more. Like that's gonna smash records.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll just be like another Greatest Royal Rumble.
Why don't they just put WrestleMania there?
Yeah, I think
It probably will be a glorified
especially
show.
Triple H Undertaker, they're gonna have like the WrestleMania 28 kind of match.
No.
Why don't they just put
quick,
WrestleMania
It's in Australia.
Australia.
there?
Time
People are
difference.
still
I reckon they've done one side of it. They do think they might just do a glorified house show at Wembley then, if that's what they're building to.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a WrestleMania there. I think it would be silly for them to not run Wembley at this point.
For WrestleMania.
I mean, WrestleMania would be amazing, but they won't. But just a show there
About
would
the
be.
time zones, isn't it? Like,
See, I think they'll have a pay-per-view there. I think it'll be like a shitty pay-per-view, like
Interaction.
Fastlane or something.
Fastlane at Wembley. Oh dear.
I'd rather just not have Fastlane.
True. Right. Anyway, so on to Money in the Bank. Before we go on to that, we'll just address our predictions dead quick. Yours truly is still the prediction champion, even though Pete drew, but champion's advantage. And Croft is still the Virgil card of shame holder now, along with Candy for the first ever time and Alex too. Got it for you. No, he doesn't. So the first match, the only match on the pre-show, the only match on a 2-hour pre-show was the Bludgeon Brothers against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
We didn't see this match.
We did not see this match. So
we were playing Mario Kart.
We were. So it happened. Bludgeon Brothers retained, and that's all we've got to say on.
We didn't need to watch it. We knew that was happening.
Yeah, everybody swooped
it's a good
predictions
move.
with Bludgeon Brothers.
It was a good move. I think they need to keep the titles for a fair amount of time.
I agree. So first up on the main show was Daniel Bryan against Big Cass. What do we? I think Bryan actually got a decent match out of Big Cass.
This was a really good match. I really enjoyed Cass's selling. Thought he was very good.
Yeah,
he really convinced me that he's really talented. Think he could have done with a win here.
Yeah, just to maybe move it on a bit, but then He'd have had to have. I would only really have accepted it if he'd have cheated, but then of course he'd have cheated his heel.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah,
I think maybe after the shit show they had at Backlash, I think like they went backstage and someone had gone to like Big Cass and was like, "We have put you with Daniel Bryan and you cannot get a good match. We're giving you one more chance.
Yeah,
like
prove
get
it.
your shit together.
Yeah,
and if not, then you dominate.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, true.
Because the disparity between the two matches they've had was very different.
It was, absolutely was. But Daniel Bryan won nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
We were off to a flyer. Next up was Bobby Lashley against Sami Zayn in what can only be described as judging by the time, it was a squash match. It didn't feel like a squash match.
It was a bit of a shit match.
It was.
I didn't mind it. They both got the shit in. Sami Zayn battered him for a little bit. Haluva kicked him through the ropes and stuff.
Yeah.
He got some offense in.
It was okay.
But it was obviously very much done to build up Bobby Lashley at this point.
But I think it was done to good effect. Like, it did put Lashley over quite well. So
and he won with the suplex?
With the hang time suplex, which is, fair play, Lashley. Next up.
Not really a finisher though, is it?
No, I liked it, mate.
Suplex.
Just holds him for ages.
The commentators built it up like, Sami Zayn had vertigo after the last one. And it's so effective because it passes your head, and then you drop
and then when
on
you
the
smack
mat.
on the mat, you can't.
You can't react in time.
If it's not a regular move that we've seen loads of times.
But you don't see
a match.
that one, the stolen one.
Length of hold.
I've seen that loads. Plus the one hand.
Yeah, the one hand thing, that was cool.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I've seen it before.
The more
but
hands you do, the less effective it is.
No hands.
Yeah, if you did it with
no-handed
hands.
suplex.
No hands, that wasn't impressive.
You've seen Kenny Omega do a V-trigger about 5,000 times in one match. It's still a good
Yeah,
move.
he never won the match with it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
He's not Bobby Lashley though, is he?
He's not.
Next up was Seth Rollins against Elias for the Intercontinental Championship. I didn't think this wasn't a bad match either.
This was a really good match.
It was good, but I expected a bit better off Seth Rollins, maybe.
He's in the ring with Elias.
So?
Elias is good.
Elias is good, but I mean, but I think that was probably the best Seth could have gotten with Elias.
I think it was the case of Seth getting a good match out of Elias. Same with like he did with The Miz last month.
Yeah. Although The Miz is...
Don't know if I liked
Miz
the
is good
finish.
anyway.
What was it again?
Yeah, but
A roll-up where Rollins
Seth and Miz are
the finish was interesting because Rollins very heelishly grabbed the tights.
I thought that they were going to make a point of it, so I thought that he did it thingy, but then
Sorry.
Just dying over there.
Yeah.
But the camera didn't look to the other side. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't switch cameras.
Yeah.
And then
it showed
normally they show a replay of people grabbing tights and going, and the commentators
Maybe
start
it's just
saying,
a
it was
long
the.
time.
So maybe he didn't mean to, because it was from like an O'Connor roll-up, wasn't it? So maybe he didn't mean to, because sometimes it's just easy to just grab people's tights and it's not necessarily. We don't know if he let go because we cut to the front. We couldn't see where his hand was while he was pinning him.
True. Maybe. I think maybe it could be a long-term thing, or maybe it was just a device in which Elias is going to use to get another match out of it.
Yeah.
Because that was his first title challenge, and it wasn't a bad match at all. So
it was really good. It went on longer than I thought it would. But it was,
17 minutes exactly.
They both lasted a good stretch in the match, I thought.
Yeah, solid. Rollins retained in what was a rather good match. Next up was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Ember Moon, Lana, Naomi, Natalya, Sasha Banks, and the victor, Alexa Bliss.
What a lineup!
This was the match of the night for me.
This was it was very good.
It was better than the men's one.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I would disagree with that too.
Would you? I thought it was more spotty.
More spotty doesn't always mean better to me.
No, I think there was better storytelling in the men's. With them trying to keep with
Braun getting buried under ladders.
The whole Braun thing was just perfect.
He just smashed the fuck out of everyone, didn't he?
Oh, it's beautiful. Alexa Bliss won.
It was good.
It was
just
good.
Didn't like the winner.
Yeah.
Why did she need it though?
Well, we'll come on to it in a bit.
She really
in a few points.
She really didn't need that win.
She was the last person in that match that needed to win the briefcase.
Yeah. She's just come off a hot title.
I'm still really annoyed that Becky didn't win it. So annoyed. But there we go. There was a couple of. I was gutted that Ember didn't hit an eclipse from a ladder.
Yeah.
Could have called that. But maybe it's just, you know...
I think she did hit an eclipse at one point, but the cameras didn't catch it.
Oh, right.
Because the crowd popped for it.
Right.
It was very much an eclipse pop. But you didn't see her do
No
one.
one anywhere.
Because she did a move, and then the camera was just like on the top of her head. So you didn't see what move she did.
Yeah,
So it definitely wasn't off a ladder, though.
No. There was... what was the crowd? I mean, Sasha, like, was the spot monkey in this. She was dying left,
I
right, and
loved
centre.
the double knees onto the ladder.
Yeah, that was cool.
A lot of damage.
A lot of damage. But yeah, that's that. And Alexa Bliss won in what was a very good match. I think this year's Money in the Bank was better than last year's Women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I agree. There was no shenanigans this time.
No shenanigans at the end, and in general, I just think that the spots were better as well.
Yeah.
And the whole shenanigans did come later
shenanigans
in a very familiar form. Next up was Roman Reigns against Jinder Mahal.
Oh, God.
Wow, the crowd did not want this match.
It was a plodding match, wasn't it?
Jesus, 15-40 this match went, and it should have
There's
gone
no need.
like 8.
I can't remember anything from it. I was
That's
sat on my
15
phone for most of it, and
I saw a tweet that summed it up perfectly, which was this match is a decent Raw match. It is not. It was not a pay-per-view match at all.
It did nothing for either of them. Roman gets nothing from beating Jinder, realistically. No. And Jinder, what would he get from beating Roman? Because all Roman's done for the last few months is lose to Brock. So really, neither of them winning this match did either of them any favours.
Yeah. And not to mention, the crowd chanted boring. They chanted "This is awful." They chanted CM Punk. They chanted Velveteen, NXT, Y2J.
Let's go see the scene.
Yeah, like, oh my god.
and a Mexican wave.
And the ultimate disrespect. Beach balls got brought out at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Of course they did.
See, I can't get my head around why, if that was me and I was in the ring and we was on a wrestling match and the crowd was fucking doing that, I would say to you, fuck this, let's either do something mental or go home. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you just take it home. If the crowd are really not eating it up and you're not capable or you don't know what to do that's mental enough to make the crowd be like, whoa, fucking finish the match.
Yeah, the crowd.
The other people could kill the time. You could have had more time given to the main event.
Yeah.
Because it felt quite short. I think it only went for like 20 minutes. Did it go for 20 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. Good shout.
What a guess.
Good shout.
So if the crowd are like that, what you don't do is, I know what will get them with 3-minute headlock.
Yeah.
And cinch it in.
Yeah, that's
15 Superman punch.
This'll win them over.
Bring them back.
Yeah, it was abysmal is what it was. Roman Reigns won nonetheless, but there we go. Next up was for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella defending against Asuka. Asuka had a winning streak that was rather long.
Dead long. It was longer than Goldberg's.
Really, really long. She got distracted by someone else wearing her mask. Like, literally was almost like hypnotised by it, as if she'd never fucking seen it. It's like, it's your mask! It's your fucking mask!
Yeah, it went on for like a solid minute and a half.
It was ridiculously long.
He built it up so, I say,
It was even
the fella behind the mask.
It was
built
even
it up
like
so long.
It was even to the point where, like,
It was creepy as fuck though.
it was terrifying. But
Sending me
it was the
west.
point where Asuka was looking at it, and then Carmella jumped her. Asuka did something, and then went back to staring at the mask. It's like, you didn't need that bit. Just take off the mask.
Just kick fuck out of him.
Fucking
behind it.
James Ellsworth, unbelievable. Just
Well, quite believable.
it was very believable, but I mean, it was like, you know, it's like,
Someone will fucking shut that up.
Yeah, I'll go and sort it for you now.
cheers, mate. Just there we go.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Roth.
No worries.
So yeah, fucking James Ellsworth,
I have a
man.
lot of sway in these parts.
Thoughts on Ellsworth being back? Obviously, he obviously didn't have any dates in Europe to fulfill.
I love it, me. I've wanted Ellsworth back for a long time. He was really entertaining with Carmella, so I'm hoping he's back long term.
I don't think he is.
All right, he'd be
I
back.
think he'll do a show or two and then he'll be gone again.
I hate this Great Khali situation.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
It's bullshit.
I hope he's
full
come.
time,
I hope he's just come back full time. It doesn't make any sense. I hate how this is becoming a habit with WWE. They bring someone back, have a night on the town with the winner, and then just fade into the sunset.
I think
That's not how life works.
I think because he was only recently let go, that's why I don't think he's back already.
It wasn't though. It was about
6 months, maybe.
longer than that. I think like 8 or 9 months ago.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was a few months after Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good.
It's still
I
not
like
long enough to
him.
be back full time.
No, I think it is. I hope so.
I don't know. It's but yeah, Carmella retained and has the first ever WWE pinfall victory over Asuka in singles competition.
That's always nice, isn't it?
What?
Carmella has the first ever pinfall victory over Asuka.
See, I found it more realistic if she'd have just fucking tapped out, because that's like a more realistic thing.
You know what it is?
Because she's kicked out of so much. If you watch Asuka's matches,
Yeah, I know.
she's kicked out of so much stuff. The fact that her super kicks put her
Yeah,
down.
a dodgy sidekick.
Yeah.
It's the only reason that she's lost him by pinfall.
I know.
It's homegrown talent going over the indie darlings. That's the issue.
Pretty much.
Or the Japanese talent. I know AJ Styles doesn't really apply to that, but it's what's happening with Asuka, I think.
I think it's just like, they know that like because I mean you've got to create other stars around Asuka, otherwise who's she beating? Mm-hmm. So like yeah, she's gonna take some losses and stuff like that, but it's I was thinking about the same. It's like it's the same point I've kind of thought about Velveteen Dream. It's like you can have that man lose every single takeover event for the next 2 years, he will still be over because he's that good. And I think it's the sort of the same thing with Asuka, because she's had this legendary streak and she is a good competitor and will put on good matches. She won't ever fade away from anything, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She won't be far away from a title picture. So I think it's not the worst thing in the world that Carmella's winning, but I can see why people are pissed at the same time.
The fear with Asuka is that now she's lost, they're just going to put her in a 50-50 booking, and that's going to kill her character.
Okay, that I would.
She needs to lose on big matches. You know what I mean? Like, so win every single SmackDown match that she has, and then maybe like on a pay-per-view, someone pulls something out of the bag, like a really big heel move, or like they do like a Charlotte and Asuka kind of thing again. Even maybe I would have like Asuka turn into like a full-on heel, which would then not maybe damage her reputation as much if she started losing, because the heels can do the typical like slipping up and do you know what I mean? Like then it wouldn't matter.
The issue with Asuka is they've been building up her character since she's been on the main roster as she's got an undefeated streak and nobody's ready for her. That's the only character she's had. And now that she's lost the undefeated streak, she has no character. And the floundering trying to find something for her, because the only thing she had going for her is that she'd never been beaten, and now all of a sudden she has. She can't just ride on the coattails of having
I once had an undefeated streak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She needs a character. It doesn't work to not have a character in today's WWE.
Can't wait till she starts farting or burping or something like that.
I know, yeah. Choppy pee-pee.
Right.
Moving on.
Bring back Mr. Fuji, but I don't think with his racist rice.
It's a big bag of dust.
Next up was next up was a last man standing match for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles defended against Nakamura in what was probably match of the night.
Yeah, it was really good, this.
Belting match.
It was so good. It was
Belting
the best match of the rivalry so far, I think.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even be mad if they got a return match at Extreme Rules now. The stipulation really brought this out of them.
Mm-hmm. They've broken a record.
Somehow they couldn't. They just couldn't put together like a decent WWE singles match. No. I mean, to be fair, stupid booking is always going to, when you know in the back of your mind, right, we've got to finish with a low blow. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, if in Nakamura and Styles, they want to have this amazing finishing sequence, but you can't really do that when you've got to finish with a fucking low blow. No. So, doing it like this, with the last man standing, was a lot more suited to it, and they didn't finish technically on the low blow either. It
feels mad that it's the same opponent for AJ, 5 consecutive events.
Yeah.
They've had 5 matches now, I believe.
in 2 months.
Yeah, and they broke the record for consecutive title defences with the same opponent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And wins and losses as well. It's been 5 straight wins for AJ. So they're making history in their own way.
And stuff.
Yeah, AJ's retained every time.
Yeah.
So,
Fair
but it was a
enough.
really good match, and I think it's nice to actually get a good show out of them. Do you know what I mean?
I remember seeing something ages ago saying before Nakamura after he'd won the Rumble, and it was before the WrestleMania match, and apparently there was never any plans to have him win because Vince McMahon didn't trust him. Obviously, I don't know how true this is because it's off like dirt sheets and shit. But as the feud's built and gone on, it seems like that might have been true because every single opportunity he's had, he's been beaten.
Yeah.
So I just maybe think that whoever's in charge and wanting to put the belt on him.
Yeah, I think that
I think they know that they know that he's main event material. They know he can pull off a good match, but I just don't think they want him with the strap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit weird that they've had like 5 rematches and he still hasn't won.
Yeah.
It's kind of like at this point, well, he must win this one.
Yeah.
And
What's the point in doing it again?
Yeah,
But it also makes you think, what's he done to deserve so many rematches? Because he's not had any matches against
that's what
anyone
I mean.
else in the meantime. He's just got rematch after rematch.
And he's doing like low blows and stuff. Surely that'd mean, right, you never get your rematch again because that's an illegal move in wrestling, blah, blah, blah.
You keep cheating. It's
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
don't deserve a rematch.
But in WWE land, that makes you eligible for a rematch.
I just
Got to
think
settle
that
the
they
score
know.
cleanly, guys.
I think they know that he's one of the top guys. They know he can pull off main event style matches, but they just don't want to give him the belt. They don't want to say that he is the champion.
I didn't particularly enjoy this one, but I think it was more the stipulation. I don't like last man standing matches. Because in a normal match, you build to your finish, whereas this one, you get to your finish, and then all momentum's lost because you have to wait for the ref to count.
Yeah, true.
It's like you hit the Stars Clash off the steps to the floor. You're like, oh, this would be a good finish, and then you just sat there as the ref slowly counts. I was like,
And then you
oh, okay. It kind
got
of
up.
takes all the momentum out of it. It's just okay. We'll wait until the 10, and then by about 5, you know he's getting up, and then hit the low blow, and you go, oh, this is the finish. In maybe 10 seconds, so you sat there again.
Yeah.
And then at 5, I know he's getting up.
Yeah.
And then when they finally do the one through the table, it's like, okay, this is probably
Yeah,
the
there was
finish.
some amazing
But then you
moves.
still have to sit there and go, 10, there we go.
Yeah, there
Now
To be
you're
fair though, AJ was shocking me with how fine he was cutting it. Because it got to 9, and like the ref was about to go 10, and then he just spring up again. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell, that takes some time.
Very close. Yeah, there were some really good spots in this. Like there was the Kinshasa where Shinsuke ran across the desks,
That was good.
kneed him in the face. As Candy's just mentioned, the Styles Clash off the steps onto the floor, which looked so painful. Then there was the phenomenal forearm through the table. This was a really good match.
It was really solid. Match of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, not Nakamura. He lost. Styles retained.
Announced the commentators say congratulations to Nakamura.
Yeah. Michael Cole went, congratulations, Nakamura. It's like, on what?
Congratulations, Shinsuke, you're getting another rematch.
Extreme Rules, probably. But if it's another stipulation match, I don't think I'd mind that at all. Next up...
This is when they do the balls on a pole match. This is what they're building to.
Next up was Ronda Rousey against Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. I need to yawn. Oh, bloody hell. That's not a reflection on this match. I'm just so tired.
It is for me.
A little bit. Ronda Rousey's debut singles match.
She was good.
She was good. Nia carried her. Ronda was just bumping around her.
Yeah,
She wasn't
she
bumping.
did well.
She wasn't bumping great, but she was bumping
I
enough.
thought she was.
She was bumped a bit dodgy.
Yeah,
Like,
she
She kept landing on her
watch your
side.
elbows there and your shoulder.
I kept thinking she was going to fucking break her shoulder,
Yeah.
didn't
It didn't look safe, but it looked good.
My favourite spot was when she fell out of the ring.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing is not planned. I think
No.
she just couldn't stand up.
They ran with it.
She was blowing up near the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was like sat on the top rope, just gasping.
And
for
then
air, sucking wind.
Ronda shit she hit a crossbody, which was impressive.
Yeah,
And
it was
she-
She nearly fell.
some good straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
it was-
Yeah.
it
I
was
said
wobbly.
as soon
I
as she was
think
climbing
that's-
up, it'd be funny if she fell, and with that she went,
And then
oh.
she wobbled. I think that, considering she's just starting out, I think that's almost like obviously it wasn't on purpose, but it's like almost an endearing thing because it just kind of humanizes her a bit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, she's like, oh, don't fall. You know what I mean? Whereas some of these guys, like some of the cruiserweights, will go up, just stand there and look like they've been on the top rope their entire lives. Like their balance is perfect. Whereas, you know, any one of us, like, you know, who aren't wrestlers, will go up to the top rope, you're going to be a bit wobbly. So I think it's just, it's the tiniest thing. And it obviously wasn't, wasn't planned whatsoever. But it's just like, I just think it's a bit of an endearing thing. Like everyone's go, oh, because everyone did, and the crowd just go, oh. As if, like, you know, I mean, to be fair, they were marks, so they probably were hoping she'd fall off just so they could chant Botchamania. But there we go. So, towards the match, looks like it's wrapping up. Ronda's getting ready for another strike or to lock on an armbar or something. And in runs the women's Money in the Bank ladder match winner from about an hour ago. And Alexa Bliss came in, whacked
Maybe
Ronda Rousey.
Maybe that's why she didn't take so many bumps in the ladder match.
Yeah, because she had to come out and do it running. Very true. So Ronda won by disqualification. And then Alexa Bliss cashed in on Nia Jax, winning in 35 seconds. And Alexa Bliss is your new Raw Women's Champion
again.
If she didn't need the briefcase, and she definitely didn't need to be the champion.
I think it's it just kind of keeps everything a bit keeps everything moving. Like in a way, it was sort of the only thing they could do at this point, because you don't want to put the belt on Ronda right away. Like build to that, because you're like, you know, oh, Ronda didn't win at Money in the Bank. Oh, she's got a rematch at SummerSlam. Big, you know, buy rate goes up, whatever.
Why did Alexa need
then Nia couldn't have beaten Ronda, because then that's your star power gone. So in a way, a run-in was the only way you were really good, because it's like, you know, who wants to see Ronda Rousey win the Raw Women's title at Money in the Bank? You know what I mean?
In which case, don't book that match.
I think it's
later on.
Well, yeah, but like at the same time, like you can't just keep dragging it out. You've got to put Ronda on these things.
I just think I would have been all for running, just not by Alexa Bliss. Anyone else in that match, I would have been fine with.
Becky won the.
But then it also moves on that like Nia's going to get a rematch at Extreme Rules probably, and then Ronda will turn around and be, you cost me my title opportunity. I want you at SummerSlam, and then win it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? It just keeps the story rolling, and it keeps opponents fresh for Ronda as well.
Could have done this with anyone. Why Alexa?
Because she's got history with Nia. It's just the most freshest.
She's also, since the brand split in 2016, 2 years ago, Alexa Bliss is now 5-time women's champion.
Bloody hell!
5 times in 2 years.
And there's Fenner Rooney next.
Money in the Bank was actually the first pay-per-view without Charlotte or Alexa Bliss as champion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put in.
Money in the Bank was the first pay-per-view since the brand split without Charlotte or Alexa Bliss as a champion.
It's also the first match since a long time ago that Alexa's been in where she's not been the champion or challenging for it. It's the first time she's been going for something else, and she still came out on top by the end of the night.
Amazing.
That's the very fucking high on her, and I can't help but think she's fucking rotten at the minute. I don't know what it is. She took a little bit of time out, and now she's just rotten.
Yeah, I used to really like her, and then
I did.
the more matches you see of her, like she seems to be like regressing.
Yeah.
With more matches.
Yeah, I think that.
Unless I don't know, maybe this latest title one's gonna like she needs to shake things on her.
And that's why she doesn't need to try anymore. She's like, I've got a job here for life. Allegedly.
Not even real. Yeah, so that's that. So cool. We'll see Ronda somewhere later down the line, and we'll see where this goes with Alexa Bliss as the new Raw Women's Champion.
I hope she loses it tonight on Raw.
She won't.
I hope she does.
She won't. So our main event of the night was the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It was Bobby Roode, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Rusev, Samoa Joe, The Miz, Kofi Kingston from the New Day, and Braun Strowman.
It was right good, this.
Brilliant.
It was really good.
Absolutely brilliant.
I loved how Kofi was in it. I thought he had a genuine chance.
Yeah, I
really
thought it was Kofi.
I thought he was going to win it.
I was pulling for everyone except Bobby Roode. Poor Bobby Roode.
I really don't think that Braun needed it there.
Absolutely.
I think I saw a tweet before from Brian Alvarez who put it perfectly, and it's just like Braun should come out on Raw tonight and say, "I am cashing in against Brock at SummerSlam. See you there, mate."
That would work.
Yeah, that.
You know what I mean? Like, I think for someone like Braun, that's perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do a late cash in.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing.
No, you don't want to see him running down the ramp, do you?
And he's only ever had one one-on-one match with Lesnar, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And that was a while ago.
No,
Yeah.
No, that was Joe.
That was Joe.
Hey, do you know what I'd love for Braun to do? I would love for like the camera to follow him like they were doing like 365 for the network. And it's Braun just in his truck, because I imagine he's got a fat truck. And he's just got his briefcase to the passenger seat. He's like, "Where you going today, Braun?" He's like, "Going to some ranch." And he drives up to Brock Lesnar's ranch, fucking boots the door in. Like, "Brock!" And twats him in his living room. Whacks him with a sheep. Like,
Throws Sable
runs
at
him
him.
over with the tractor, throws the tractor at him, brings a ref with him, drives him all the way back to Connecticut, gets him in a ring and cashes in and beats him there. That's what I want for this storyline. If we get anything less than that, I'm going to be disappointed.
Disappointed.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. There were some belter spots in this match though. Kevin Owens getting thrown off the top of the ladder. I think it was really
Is
smart.
he okay?
Yeah, they didn't say. The commentator was like, "We haven't seen him since Soap is alright," and then went off the air.
Like, it was. I think it was a really smart expectation subversion type thing, because they all thought they set the ladder up and they had Braun, like, you know, Joe and somebody else. I think it was Bobby. They were or Rusev actually. They were just pinning Braun down to the table, expecting Owens to jump off, and then Braun like straight up the ladder. And you're expecting them, like, they're not going to go through that tiny table, just the two of them, are they? This is a bit mad.
Yeah.
And the next thing, he just shoves him sideways and he goes through some concealed tables. It's like, fucking well played, lads. Well played. The pop was fucking brilliant. Yeah, Braun got buried in under a load of ladders at the beginning. That was nice.
Bobby Roode didn't need to be in this match, did he?
He did not.
He was so boring, man.
He did not.
I forgot he was in it until he fucking showed up and ruined the thing I was enjoying.
Yeah, I don't really know who else I'd have rather have had in, though, to be fair.
Orton.
Yeah,
good point.
Fucking put Orton in there, why not?
Shame.
I can imagine Orton's on the side. Shane, yeah. Just one of the bar, maybe.
Anyone, Bray Wyatt, I don't care.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. He's just got a
Because he's great in a ladder match.
Of course he has.
He got a DUI the night before the Hardys thing came out. Not the Hardys thing. Something else. He got a DUI anyway.
Of course he has.
Yeah, he did. It was a while ago, and then he came back. That's why he was. It was when he was off, injured,
right.
and then he came back, and that's why everyone was like, "What the fuck?" When he won the US title, because he just got a DUI. But
yeah. But
they like Jeff Hardy. I don't think they care.
No, not anymore. Anyway, it's like he's gonna get in trouble. It's fine. We'll just put belts on him. So thoughts on that was Money in the Bank 2018. Thoughts overall?
This is a really good pay-per-view.
I thought it was alright.
I enjoyed this show.
I was certainly sports entertained.
I think it was my favourite pay-per-view of the year.
No.
I can't name a better main roster one.
Mania was way better.
I didn't think it was better than this.
Lay Rumbler. The Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble was better than this.
Uh,
You're just being salty because Ronda came out at the end. To be fair, you were really salty on the end of that podcast.
Yeah,
but that was because it was 5 in the morning.
It was because it's 5 in the morning. I was dead tired. I actually liked it since. I did that with Nicholas though. Do you remember?
Fucking
I was
Nicholas.
fuming, and the next day I was like, "Nah, it's cute. I like it now." I've had my sleep. I've had my coffee.
Yeah, this is definitely the
I hope
better of
Strowman
the
donates his briefcase to Nicholas.
If he does, I swear to God, I'm going to commit Sudoku.
Blimey. So that's that. Money in the Bank 2018 is a wrap.
There was nothing bad on the show, so you can't say it was a bad show.
Well, apart from the Roman Jinder
Oh yeah,
match.
that was bad.
That was bad.
So it was a bad show.
It was good.
In terms of ratios, it was it was more good than bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is all you can hope for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like especially for a WWE show, but there was a lot of titles that weren't. It wasn't it wasn't over clustered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't every title
The
on the
US
line.
title wasn't there.
US title wasn't there. The Raw tag team titles weren't there. It was it was a nice balance, I think. not having all the titles on the line, and I think that's the way to go in the future. Unless, obviously, when it comes to the Clash of Champions, they'll do the same thing.
Yeah, they need to save it for that, really.
Which is good. Because otherwise, if you have more, I mean, I can imagine it at SummerSlam or
the big ones, yeah. But if you have it at like Fastlane, there's no point in having Clash of Champions.
Yeah, true. So that's that. So that is us for this week, folks. We'll be back. Actually, there's a podcast coming up next week because Croft is the new Virgil card. No, not that. You are the Virgil card shame holder, but you are also the Challenger's Right briefcase holder.
Not anymore.
Did you cash in last night?
I used it last night.
Did you?
I changed it to Naomi.
When?
In the Money in the Bank match.
No, you didn't.
No, you never.
Did you say cash in at any point?
Like you didn't.
You said, I think Naomi's got this, but you never actually said, I'm cashing in.
Alright then, I suppose I didn't.
You defo didn't cash in, mate.
That's alright then.
No, you still online?
No, you just robbed me.
Oh, that's alright then.
Yeah, no, like, you're talking shite, mate.
Well...
So you're still the Virgil card shame holder? No, you are. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, you are. But you're also, you're
Fuck's sake, lad, pull it together.
Ah!
Oh, did you have Nakamura? Because that was the perfect match to cash in on when you get to 9 and you
Oh, mate.
That was what I did, mate. Yeah.
It's true,
Yeah.
Could you have done that?
Like, cash in.
Yeah, you
could have done that, but I wouldn't have won.
No, you'd have
To
still
be
been
fair,
second.
I'd rather, if I was the briefcase holder, I'd rather cash in to win the title, not lose. I'd rather Virtual card of shame, and even like a card of shame, is it?
No, I love it, mate.
I like it.
I love
It's in the name.
But I like it.
Card of shame.
I like the code of shame.
I quite like it.
Cones.
The cone! Oh, we'll leave you with that. We will
I
see.
tweeted last night just saying Kearns and nothing else.
Cones in the bank.
Because you fucking bought Kearns.
Right, we're going to end this here. We will see you next week, folks, for the quiz, and we'll see you for a couple, and we'll see you for a podcast in a couple of weeks after that. So, cheers for listening, and see you. Bye.
Kearns.
Bye.
Bye.
Rice said for him.